Hello and welcome back to Minutes with Priya. I'm your host Priya Mishra, and we have been discussing a couple of points throughout the year, last year and this year also, when we initiated. Our job is to give you best of the best information, what we can understand from our perspective, and it's up to you how you adopt. And today in our session, we are going to talk about the business development. Business development has been challenged for many organizations for centuries, and even in last couple of decades, especially in the digital world. The noise is too many. There are a lot of people are struggling to cope up with the technology and the fast growth, different industry. The way people are getting exposed is becoming a challenge for the business development managers to cope up with that. Although most organizations meet revenue targets, 43% of sellers don't meet their quota goals, and a little over 47% of forecasted business goals ends up being closed, according to CSO Insight. The majority of revenue is closed via a few. So, what is happening with the sellers? Why they are not able to actually achieve the quota and the target they want to achieve? I start with the lack of ownership and also lack of understanding the technology is moving fast. Some people are still stuck in the old way of developing the business, but some people adopted fast. So the moment you start taking the ownership and start adopting and learning what is happening around you in terms of marketing, in terms of business development, and also in terms of your industry, and when you can align that, your business you will have more clarity about it. Other than that, qualifying partnership and opportunity is a really big challenge for people. Ultimately, this selectivity during prospecting is, you need to be very optimized when you are doing the selection. Majority of people have a lack of budget, especially in last 2 years. Many businesses are struggling. We get it. But even before this happens, even 2018, the data was the same. The data I just mentioned was 2018 data. So majority of businesses, even the medium-sized businesses, are not putting a budget on the side to do the business development. It is an investment. Staying educated is very important about everything and anything, especially in terms of your roles and responsibility as well as your industry growth. Building digitalized relationship is a key, especially in this Corona COVID time. Digitalization become one of the important key factor of building the relationship on a continuous basis. Gen Z will make up 30% of workforce this year, and we need to approach this, new generation where they are. Gen Z is actually prefer digital communication these days. Majority of people are trying to go digital so that they can save the time, especially the commuting time. To meet a person for half an hour, there is a probability and possibility that you will be actually traveling 1 hour to half an hour. So why would you not take a digital meeting where you will be actually doing multiple meetings during that community time, which you are wasting on the road? So it's become a very important key. If you're not adopting to that, you are really getting in a trouble. I'll always keep up with the technology. Business development is becoming, it's become more of a automation aspect. There are a lot of things we can automate and save the time. It's kind of you having a separate assistant. You save money by the assistant, you avoid the human error. It is, if you once you sit down and structure it and you actually put that automation in place, there is a lot of time for you to actually do the real development. So, but a lot of people think about how much personalization and how much automation. There's so many things you can personalize and so many things you can automate. So we have to be very careful about how we are personalizing and how we are automating and how much we are automating. But automation is a key factor to succeed and be more precise, organized, structured, and getting more result in given point of time. Getting time with the right people is really a big challenge these days. How would you know the person who is fencing behind the Zoom or LinkedIn and all these digital world is the right person for you? How would you know? And you must have noticed when you are trying to connect with people, they are okay to connect, but they're not okay to communicate. If I'll send 100 people a connection, there will be hardly, say, 25%, 30%, 40% people will accept. But then when I ask them to meet sometime just to understand, they're always scared, oh, something is going to be sold to me. But if you are a business owner, isn't it you have to be a little bit more open what's coming on your way? So acceptance is very less at the second level. There are a lot of people who has 10,000, 30,000, 40,000 connections on the LinkedIn and the different professional platform, but the outcome is very, very low. So relying on the real old traditional way of business development is also important. So yes, world is open for you, but at the same time, the world is not completely open for you. People have still that fear of getting sold, fear of, I don't want to meet to the stranger, or whatever is the reason. But the people who are actually accepting your 40% connection, they're hardly 2%, 3% people will say, okay, let's catch up over the Zoom or the in-person. So it is becoming a challenge, but it is a number game. Business development is a number game. So you need to think 10 people's 2% conversion, or 100 people 2% conversion, or 1,000 people 2% conversion. And then you have to plan accordingly. And that's where you can actually think and leverage automation. So that's it for now. Thank you for listening and see you next time. If you haven't subscribed, liked, commented on my channel, please do so. Don't forget to ask your question in the comment. If you have a real question and you want to be answered by Corporality, let us know. Thank you.